and welcome back to the Brothers Grim Dark. Today we've got another Codex review for you, and it is Necrons.
Robot boys.
So, the big bad robots of the 40k universe, the Rising Legions. So we're just going to dive right into this and, yeah, check it out.
I don't know anything about the robots. This will be a know your enemy experience for me today.
Yeah, I got Rowan flying co-pilot with me today just to help me make sure I don't miss anything too important along the way. What we got here? In search of immortality. That's the Necrons. That's their whole stick.
I thought they were already immortal. They're just robots.
Yeah, well, they
found immortality.
Robots are still perishable. Yeah. To face the Necrons in battle is to stand against death incarnate. It is to know the terror of annihilation at the hands of beings who should be long rotted in their graves. The Necrons' enemies see implacable android revenants rise from the crypts or step from amidst flickering witchlights to destroy all before them. In return, the Necrons see only vermin, interlopers and savages that must be eradicated in order for their mighty dynasties of old to rise again.
Get off my lawn, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they mess up their lawn just getting up as well. You kids. So there's a little bit of flavour of the Necrons for you. We've got, what do we get up to here? Where is it? Got about 45 more pages of lore there on the Necrons, and then we have a
pretty pictures.
Very nice showcase, as you would expect from the heavy metal team.
Oh, red croissants.
Red flying croissants, yes, always dangerous. Yeah, the sort of the court advisors there, the Chronomancer, Technomancer, and Psychomancer.
Psychomancer's still my favourite.
Yeah.
Big ghosty robot.
Yep. Where's the Plasmancer? The Plasmancer's nowhere to be seen. Catan, tell my boys.
He's managed to sneak up on a Necron Lord there somehow.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
not got the best peripheral with your head embedded in your shoulders there. A couple of new characters, three of the new Necron models.
I'm still not sure about his face. What do you think of his face?
It's very...
It looks like it's coming out of a crab or something.
I mean, they've definitely got this look already, the whole crab thing, Necrons. He is kind of what he looked like before. They've just sort of upscaled him a little bit. He's pretty by the design crew he was before. But yeah, after you pointed out the balls not being entirely spherical.
They don't look, they look organic to me somehow. He's an odd model. I really like I actually quite like him. I think they did quite a good job with that. But
I'd want to see him painted by some different people because he doesn't quite look phased in and out enough to me yet.
I like the idea.
I like the idea.
It's a bit more delicate. It's quite cool.
Silent King, one of the best big centerpiece minis, I think.
We don't have him, yeah.
We don't have him, no. He looks very good and imposing.
It looks like he dunked his face in a pot of paint or something.
Who's that? That's the
Novok.
And we got Combat Patrol, which you get your Scarbs, you get 10 Necron Warriors. You get Overlord, yes, I'm on tech. You get your 3 Scorpion Destroyers and the Doomstalker, which is much improved.
You like a Doomstalker?
10th edition, yes, very good.
Big old War of the Worlds crab.
A little painting guide, which is nice. Not something.
I like the painting guides are back in the books again.
Yeah, I didn't used to get them, so that's...
Well, you did way back in the day.
Way back in the day.
It's good to see them way back.
I was a little nipper, and then yes, your specific Combat Patrol stratagems and Combat Patrol datasheets, because they're slightly different from the full thing. Then we get to the important stuff, the forces of the Necrons.
That's a big robot crab. That looks like my robot crab.
I think that's the Triarch Stalker, that one.
You've nicked that from me.
I think you nicked it from there. Okay, so army rule. I think this is pretty much as is. If your army faction is Necrons, at the start of your command phase, each unit from your army that is with this ability that is on the battlefield activates its reanimation protocols and reanimates D3 wounds. Each time such a unit reanimates a wound, one of these things happens. If the unit contains one or more models with fewer than their starting number of wounds remaining, select one of those models. That model regains 1 lost wound. If all models in that unit have starting number of wounds, but that unit is not at starting strength, 1 destroyed model from that unit is returned with 1 wound remaining.
They keep coming back.
They keep coming back, yes. Still simplified. It's sort of a roundabout way of telling it there. But yes, it's much simplified than what it was in 9th edition and is a very good mechanic.
Yes.
Very solid.
Just bringing warriors back every single turn gets very annoying.
Yeah. Then we have the Awakened Dynasty, which is the first of the detachments and the one we've seen already.
Yep,
I don't
it's the
think
index one.
Don't think the general detachment rule has changed. While Necron's character leading a unit, each time a model in this unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll.
Yeah, I like reasons to bring characters.
Yeah, me too. And Necrons have quite a few. They've lost some of their special characters. I think some of the data sheets have been retired, but they still have a lot of characters.
And some new ones.
And one new one, if one new one.
Okay.
But yes, they have some good character models, so it's always good to have reasons to bring them. Veil of Darkness, the first of the enhancements. Necrons model only once per battle at the end of your opponent's turn. If the bear's unit is not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, the bear can use this enhancement. If it does, remove the unit from the battlefield. Then, in the reinforcement step of your next movement phase, set up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches horizontally away from any enemy models. Yep,
that's nice.
Very nice. Yes, jump away and come back later. I think there's going to be a running theme of that, but it's nice that you get access to that in just the general.
Teleporty robots.
Teleporty robots. It's always been the Necrons kind of stick, so it's good that they get access to that right off the bat in their base detachments, shall we call it, index detachments.
Yeah.
Then we have the Nether Realm Caskets. Necrons model only. While the bear is leading a unit, models in that unit have stealth. So this one, I think, has changed the name and lost a line of complexity. I think before it also, if you're 12 inches away, you got cover. Yeah, so it's lost that and it's had a name change. But other than that, it's as it was before.
For some reason, when I read casket, I just started thinking of like a weaved bag. He's just like
it's the red one that looks like Goldilocks.
It's this one. Yeah. He's got his nice little basket. He's taken to the market.
This Phasal Subjugator.
What?
Necron model only, so again, can go on anything. While a friendly Necron's unit from your arm, excluding character units, within 6 inches of the bear, each time the model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. So I think the best thing for this to go on is probably still the Technomancer. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
So you want this one with a unit that he can't lead?
Well, yeah. Well, the Technomancer can lead a unit, but he also has an ability when he's not leading a unit, I think. Well, he's got the 10-inch move, so you kind of want him floating around. While this model's leading a unit, models that you have a 5-up field of pain, so they wouldn't get that because he wouldn't be leading the unit. But at the end of your movement phase, you can select one friendly Necron's model that is within 6 inches of the bear.
You can see through.
So it's quite good for having him floating around, but still within.
Yeah, I mean, he could be leading one unit and still be impacting another one 6 inches away.
Yes. Yeah.
So he's probably one you want to keep around, like heavy destroyers or something.
Yeah.
Making them +1 to hit because they can't be led by a unit.
Yeah, so
that sounds nasty.
Yeah, I mean the destroyers are already hitting on 2s if they stay still, but
no, they got heavy weapons.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
But yeah, there's probably some good play with that. Just to give it, means you don't have to take so many characters and still be getting that buff. So not bad there. How many points is that one? If it's expensive, you might as well just take another character.
Well, I think but I think it's nice that it works on units that character exactly.
Yeah, that is true. So the Phasal Subjugator. Where are we? So it's 35 points.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Not cheapest, but yeah, it is good. It's 6 inches is a decent size aura.
Yeah, it's not capped. It's an aura.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks quite good to me.
And then the Enagic Dermal Bond, is that
not a clue.
Enagic?
They're making up words again between the vowels of them.
Necrons model only, the bear has a Feel No Pain 4-up. That's another one which is the same, but
big Scorpion Lord.
But it's changed name, I think.
Put it on the big guy.
It was some sort of weave before. Now it's a bond.
So got a weave and a casket. I think they've been working on their home ec skills while they've been in the graves.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, you got to do something while you're down there. Okay, then we
have a hobby. Get bored in these eternities. We're taking this very seriously.
Yeah, as you have to do before it came. Then we got onto the stratagems. I think these are all the same names, so we'll see if there's any changes here. We got the Protocol of the Eternal Revenant. Any phase, one Necron's infantry character from your army that was just destroyed. Until the end of the phase, you can set that unit back on the battlefield as close to possible as it were destroyed, and not within engagement range of enemy models with half its wounds remaining. I believe that is exactly the same as it was before. Yep, that's very handy. Just to be able to bring back a character. It means if you do, say you've got a unit of Lich Guard, for example, and something quite meaty goes into them, you could just take a bunch of the damage on your Overlord, kill them, and then have them come back,
It also means precision's mitigated a little bit. You can't just snipe off those characters, just go, there, he's back.
Yeah, I mean, Necrons are hard with precision anyway, but yeah, I'd say, it's decent. It's good to have in your arsenal. Protocol of the Undying Legions. In your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase, just after unit has resolved its attacks, one Necron's unit from your army that was the target of one or more of those attacks, you activate your reanimation protocols.
Oh, you just come back.
So you get D3 or D3 plus 1 wounds if there's a Necron character leading the unit. So very nice. I have briefly been through the rest of the codex, and it seems like all the detachments have access to doing a reanimation protocols out of sequence, just when they happen. So this one's nice in that it's 2 different phases you can use it in, but the other ones are a bit nicher. But yes, very good. When I've run Necron so far, that's a stratagem I've used 2 or 3 times every game. Really, it's very, very handy for keeping your boys around.
Because they weren't tough enough already.
No. Protocol of the Hungry Void. In the fight phase, one Necron's unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Till the end of the phase, add 1 to the strength characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in that unit. In addition, if a Necron's character is leading the unit until the end of the phase, improve the armor penetration of melee weapons equipped by models in that unit by 1.
Okay, that makes Lich Guard real nice.
Yeah, and even your warriors makes, sticking in the extra AP when they're +1 to hit, because they'll have a character in the unit anyway, and you're adding 1 to the strength. So strength 5, they've only got 1 attack, but if you've got 20 of them,
they hit on 4s, right?
Well, there'll be 3s for the character.
That works.
Yeah, it's just any time you're.
Yeah.
So, in a pinch, it could make your warriors more dangerous than your opponent might be expecting. As Rowan says, it's the main target is going to be your Lich Guard or your Score Picks if you've got a Score Pick Lord, but can also be handy in your Lich Guard and your warriors, depending on might just help finish something else. So. Good utility, that one. Protocol of the Sudden Storm. In your movement phase, one Necron's unit from your army until the end of the turn, ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit have the Assault ability. In addition, if a Necron's character is leading the unit until the end of the phase, you can reroll advance rolls made for that unit. So potentially good on something like a big unit of destroyers, on 3 heavy destroyers, the big boys, the locusts, if you needed to get the extra move on them and still be able to shoot. I believe, no, I don't think, so Immortals, they don't have assault, but they do if they've got, if they're being, their weapons are not assault. So potentially good on them, and one
Carbine is.
The Carbine is, sorry, yes, Carbine is. And neither of the Necron Warriors ones are assault. So there's potential to, because you've only got short range with a lot of Necron weapons.
It's potentially useful late game if you just need to zip across somewhere and just deal with something.
Finish something off.
Yeah.
Handy. So not too bad. Protocol of the Conquering Tyrant.
It's our favourite named one.
Now to find a meal befit a Conquering Tyrant. Your shooting phase. One Necron's unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack that targets a unit within half range, reroll hit rolls of 1.
Nice.
If a Necron's character is leading the unit until the end of the phase, you can reroll the hit roll of that attack instead. Right.
You're already +1 to hit.
Yeah, that makes... that's very frightening on a big unit of warriors. If they can get...
Billion shots.
Yeah, if you can get them within range, you're going to be 40 shots with 20 of them. Hitting on 3s, reroll everything. Yeah, that's good. That's meaty. And they got lethal hits, so you can fish for that lethal hits if you want, if you're going after something extra tough. Yep. That's a good one. All these have a use so far, which I think is kind of a general theme for most of the base detachments for most of the armies. Kind of all the stratagems seem to be quite universally useful, a bit less niche and just generally pretty good.
I mean, I do like that they're all built around this character idea. Like almost every one of these, you get a bonus if you've got the character, which is the whole detachment build.
Character. No, character. Oh, no, character. Yeah, so all 6 of them are based on the character. Yeah.
So there is still a theme there, but it's the thing that you're going to want to build a detachment around anyway. So it's a useful theme.
Yes, yeah. I don't know how that... it doesn't... It just... So they've changed the phasal subjugator. Before it was written, it said you count as being led by a Necron's character. That doesn't say that anymore. So you won't get the benefit of all these stratagems now if you do go for the phasal subjugator. Still has play, as Rowan said.
That's probably a good thing. That might have made some units very
well, I think
strong.
it was before.
Yeah.
So they've corrected that. But that's still useful, as Rowan said, if you want to buff up a unit that can't have a character, or you've not got the character paid up for. Yeah. Because Scorpic destroyers can actually have a character in them. You can do the Locust Heavy Destroyers. There's the Overlord floaty character.
Oh yeah, so there is.
So you could do that.
So many characters.
They do have quite a lot. Oh wait, last stratagem.
2CP one.
It's a 2CP one. Protocol of the Vengeful Stars. In your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit destroys a Necrons unit from your army. One Necron's character unit from your army that was within 6 inches of that Necron unit when it was destroyed. After that attack has been resolved, its attacks, your unit can shoot as if it were your shooting phase, but must target that enemy unit. And shoot back for free. Yeah, you're going to be +1 to hit, 'cause you've got to have the Necron's character in there. So that gets a mortal setting on 2s as well, because a mortal ballistic skill 3. So yeah, 2CP is a lot, but that could be very powerful. And as we just said there, if you happen to have, say, a tank blows up in the unit of Necron Warriors, and you happen to have a character in your heavy destroyer, Locust Heavy, shoot back with that nasty flat damage 6.
Yeah, also would work on any units that are being led by a character.
Yeah.
Shoot back anyway.
Yes.
You'll have to be within 6 inches of them.
Yes.
Nah, that's cool. Like that.
So, yeah.
2CP, but...
But the rest are all cheap. So, very good opening gambit there, as we knew before. Minimal changes, but probably good and just streamlining things a little bit. The Annihilation Legion. So this is the one built around destroyers and flayed ones. So a bit more combat heavy and crazed. So each time a destroyer, cult, or flayed ones unit from your army declares a charge, you can reroll the charge roll. If one or more targets of that charge are below half strength, add 1 to the charge roll. So that helps.
Targets, nice, okay.
So
finish off the weak ones.
Yeah, helps you get there. It's okay. It's got a theme. It's less universally useful as the previous one, but it's something to build around. Let's see where we go from here. Enhancements. In Eternal Madness, very good, very very Necrons-y. A Necrons model only. In the fight phase, each time a model on the bearer's unit is destroyed, if that model has not fought, roll a d6 on a 4+. Do not remove the destroyed model from play. It can fight after attacking model's unit finishes making its attack, and then it's removed from play. So yeah, good on your Lich Guard and Scorpic Destroyers.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it's good.
It's solid.
It's weird that's not a stratagem.
Well, the Nids book was like that as well. It had one that was a stratagem, and then in another detachment it had one that was a warlord trait. Yeah. Ingrained superiority, very good. Also very Necrons-y. Necrons model only. Each time a model in the bearer's unit makes an attack on a critical wound roll, improve the armor penetration characteristics of that attack by 1. Yeah, it is good. I generally don't like rules that just from playing the game mechanic affect how you're going to have to roll your wound rolls in 2 separate piles. Those rules generally annoy me. If it was like on the wound roll...
Yeah, so you have to split them all.
Oh no, sorry, it is the critical wound roll. Okay, never mind. Ignore that. It is critical wound roll. Okay, yeah, that is useful.
Do Necrons have any ways of getting critical wins on 5s?
We shall find out in the...
Because that gets a lot better if you can do that.
Yeah. At the moment, no.
There's
I
no
don't
unit
think,
abilities that have that.
I don't think so. But we'll find out on the stratagems. Soulless Reaper, destroyer cult model only. So I think that's basically your 2 score pick. 2 destroyer lords. You've got the shooty one and then the score pick one that this can go on. Each time an enemy unit within engagement range of the bear's unit is selected to fall back, roll d6 on a 3+. Enemy unit cannot fall back this phase and must remain stationary.
Both.
Really good.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yes, you just nope, can't get away from me. On a 3+, it's pretty reliable as well. So yeah, like that a lot. If you've got a big meaty blob of score pick destroyers and they get into combat with something, even if they don't kill it, you know you're not going to get shot at next turn. So yeah, that's very good. Like that a lot.
Yep.
Eldritch Nightmare.
It's even good just for making stuff, using an enemy unit as a meat shield for you.
Yeah.
You just go, like, I've tagged you and now you can't shoot me.
Yeah, because
that's good. Really handy.
Just need to make sure you don't kill them when you charge them. But yeah, that's good. Destroyer cult model only. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit within engagement range of the bear must take a battle shock test. Yeah, me and Rowan are kind of been underwhelmed by battle shock mechanics so far. But my fix for this is I think it should just take away your army rule.
Yes, I think just doing that would make it a lot more effective.
Because
we might start house ruling.
Yeah, I think every time it happens, or I've got a battle shocked unit and I use the ability, Rowan goes, "Can you still do that when you're battle shocked?" Yeah, I think you should lose your detachment rules and army rule when you're battle shocked personally, but. There we are.
This is too many times Battle Shock doesn't do anything. Yeah. You roll a bunch of dice and it's like, okay, cool, I can't put a strategy in.
Yeah, I wasn't going to anyway. And they're not on their objective. So
very minor rant there. Battle Shock needs a little work, we think.
Yeah.
It's not far off. I much prefer it in general to how leadership worked in previous editions, but they still haven't quite got it right.
Yeah, it needs to be a little bit more impactful still.
Anyway.
Yeah, on to stratagems. Masks of Death, like the sound of that. In your opponent's shooting
I'm just now imagining them with like masks on top of their masks.
going to balls in masquerades.
Little clown outfit.
In your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase, just after an enemy unit is selected as targets, 1 destroyer cult or 1 flayed ones unit from your army is selected as the target of 1 or more of those attacks. Till the end of phase, each time attack targets that unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Okay, just keeps your destroyers alive and potentially flayed ones as well. I mean, flayed ones do die very easily, but it might help keep them alive. It's solid. It's solid. Like, so say you charge them into Terminators, and you've got the Soulless Reaper in there. You go, all right, you're -1 because you're not going to kill the Terminators. So you go, -1 for those Terminators when they hit me, and those Terminators aren't going to be a fallback. So everything else should be. So yeah, I do think that is useful for 1 CP and Terminators.
It's nice it works in both shooting and combat.
Yeah, the issue with Terminators is a bad example because they probably would have stuck Awesome Moment on them, so you're re-rolling everything. But other elite units that don't have access to so many re-rolls, that could be useful just to keep you around. The Spur of Frailty.
What's a spur?
It sounds like something you find in the kitchen.
Sounds like a hairball to me. That sounds like what's the name for that thing where it's like a big ball of hair that's collected over like decades and you use it for like magic spells and stuff. It's got a name like that.
A spur.
I don't think it's a spur.
Is that not a spool?
No.
Spool of yarn.
It's a Neil Gaiman story.
Your shooting phase or fight phase, 1 destroyer cult or 1 flayed one. Okay, getting the theme again. In fact, I'm just going to read this now. Okay, all the stratagems are destroyer cult and flayed ones, so I'm going to stop reading that for the rest of the stratagems. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a unit below its starting strength, add 1 to the hit roll. If the target is below half strength, add 1 to the wound roll as well. That is very good for 1 CP.
Yep, very good.
Very, very good.
Again, works in both shooting and fight phase. Nice.
Yeah. So it means your Necron, if you've got a tank, your opponent's got a tank on the board that you've managed to get below half strength, means your Necron warriors and immortals can actually really punch through that. So That's not too bad. Murderous Reanimation. Okay, this is going to be... So, fight phase, again, destroyers or flayed ones, your reanimation protocols are active. So, as I said, I think every detachment has a way of doing reanimation protocols out of sequence. This one is specific to the fight phase. Useful, very useful. Because you can do it any time in the fight phase. You can do it right after your opponent's attack.
You can actually do it after the unit's destroyed as well. Oh no, after your unit's destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if your opponent hits you, kills a score pick or two, you can bring them back.
But even if you kill them, you can still like you could charge in something, wipe them out, and make your unit even stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yep. Army has. Oh no, it has to be just. Oh, sorry, I should have read this. Unit from your army that has just destroyed an enemy unit or has caused an enemy unit to go below half strength. That was not below. Okay, so you can't do it any time in the fight phase. You have to hit those conditions, but still very good.
Yep. You're gonna want it. Yes.
Yeah. But you can't do it like if your opponent's just hit you. And he brings, but still very good. Yes, getting reanimation out of sequence.
That's why they've got the enhancement for that.
Yeah. Yep. Pitiless Hunters in the fight phase once again. How many of these have been fight phase? Fight phase, fight phase. All of them so far can be used in the fight phase.
But the first two can be shooting as well, which is nice.
Yeah. One destroyer's cult or one flayed one's unit from your army has not been selected to fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit makes a pile-in or consolidation move, it can move up to 6 inches. That goes very well with the Soulless Reaper, so you can charge in, wipe something out, move 6 inches, go into something else and go... You're going to be falling back. Still on a 3-up, it's not guaranteed, but that 3-up is quite reliable. So, yep, that's good, useful one there.
That wouldn't be a CP-able reroll.
No, you can.
Yeah.
No. So you're 66, but it's not a guarantee. 66% chance getting it off. But how much is it? I'm guessing that's going to be about 15, maybe 20 points. The Soulless Reaper.
Something like back page.
So it's 20. Yeah. It could. It's the one that can. If you've got 20 points, it's one of those ones that can win your game.
Yep.
It's you. Maybe don't build around it. Maybe don't bank on tying a unit up. But if it goes off, that can. Yeah, it's one of the ones that your opponent can just go. Especially if you're able to pile into more than one unit. 2 shooting units, they're now just tied up. If you wipe out that first defensive wall, say you're up against guard, you charge in. He's got
tag a tank.
Yeah, he's got a shield wall of guards. You kill them, you charge in, you tag a tank. But it'll shoot you back. Yeah. But at -1 to hit, and with your reanimations, it's pretty good.
It's good.
Blood-fueled cruelty. Your opponent's movement phase just after an enemy unit ends a fallback move. Okay, quite a lot of interaction with specifically falling back. One destroyer cult or one flayed one unit from your army that started the phase within engagement range of that unit. Roll a d6. On a 2 to 5, that enemy unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. On a 6, that enemy unit suffers 3 mortal wounds. Your unit can then make a normal move, but must move as close as possible to that enemy unit. So because it's a normal move, you can't re-engage it. Yes, you'd have to end an inch away, but gives you...
Basically making a desperate breakout test.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, not quite strong, but still quite decent.
Quite decent, yeah.
It's all right.
Yep, it's decent. A bit niche, but...
It's another thing that stops people from falling back against you, which is the main weakness of this, because it does seem like you're going all in on combat units.
Yeah. So it's got some play, and it with sort of Necrons of old of when you're reanimating to get onto objectives, that can be very good with that as well. Because you got a 9-inch or 7-inch move with score picks, so you just have to end one of your models as close as possible to that enemy unit. So you have one of them within an inch, and then you could stretch the rest out and steal an objective potentially. So there is some good play with that one. Insanity's Ire. Ire.
Yeah, good name.
Your opponent, they're all good. Your opponent's shooting phase just after enemy unit has shot. One destroyer cult or one flayed one's unit from your army that had one or more models destroyed by that attack. So it has to be destroyed. So you have to lose a whole score pick. That unit can make a normal move, but must end as close as possible to enemy units. So there's a lot of
move forward.
Yeah. So you really, the score picks are really the things in this list. I think you probably want at least 2 units of 6 score picks.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not a little bit more that allows you to take the shooty destroyers, but
Yeah,
I guess
there's
you're going to
nothing-
take those in most of the lists anyway.
Yeah, they are very good.
But
But
it's
yeah,
really
there's
geared
no
towards combat.
there's no stratagem for them or anything.
Yeah, well, you got this shooting, like that one would work. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the only one that works, really.
Yeah,
+1 strength. Yeah.
it's which you don't really need them.
No, because I've already got really high strength. So yeah, it's not really all that helpful.
Yeah, you're probably going to be running them anyway. But yes, no, it's mostly just to boost up your score picks and potentially flayed ones. But I think the flayed ones, what you want to be sending them into, they're probably going to kill anyway. And if they're not going to kill it,
Yeah.
it's going to be something too tough because they are. I think they're 4 attacks hitting on 3s.
AP1.
Twin linked and AP1,
Yeah.
so they will go through stuff, light stuff, but other stuff they're just going to bounce off of, and I don't know if these stratagems are necessarily going to help them with that. It's nice that you can still keep stuff tied up potentially, or run after things and get an objective.
Yeah, you can just use them to tag things.
Yeah,
and, just
and they
be
are
like,
cheap, so
Yeah.
yeah, you use them for that role.
Okay.
Especially because they can infiltrate actually, so you will be getting first turn charges off with them.
Yep. No, it's useful. Like that detachment.
Canoptic Courts. Power Matrix is the detachment rule.
That sounds very 90s.
Yes.
I want a power glove from a power matrix
It sounds
to
like
go into the Cybertruck
yeah, it
network.
sounds like a death metal song.
Yeah.
Power Matrix. Certain areas of the battlefield are considered to be within your army's power matrix as follows. Your deployment zone is always within your army's power matrix. At the start of any phase, if you control at least one objective marker in no man's land,
At least half of the objective markers.
if you control at least half of the objective
Yeah.
markers in no man's land until the end of the phase, no man's land was within your power matrix.
So most missions you're going to need control to.
Necrons are very good at doing that though.
Yep.
Especially early on. Especially sort of mid-game, they're very good at doing that. At the end of the phase, if you control at least one objective markers within your opponent's deployment zone, until the end of the phase, your
You keep
opponent's
misreading this. At least half again.
at least half.
It doesn't like that word.
It's all the way over there. It's a long way to get to this page. Each time a model in a cryptic or canoptic unit from your army makes an attack, reroll hit rolls of 1. If such a unit is wholly within your army's power matrix, you can reroll the hit roll instead. So it's quite niche on what it affects. It's just your cryptic and canoptic units.
Well, it's quite nice because you're getting the reroll hit rolls of 1, which is always.
Yeah.
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 So you're getting the same as the first attachment.
And for example, your canoptic Doomstalker is always going to be in your deployment zone. So
Yep.
that's always going to be getting reroll hits, which is nice.
How many of the characters are cryptic?
It's just the Psychomancer, all the Mancers. So it's
Okay,
the four Mancers.
Yeah, but you can still stick those in like
Units,
Immortals, and then
that
they get the
becomes-
keyword.
Yeah. So that is quite good actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, I didn't realize that. It does give the keyword.
Yep.
And then it's your Wraiths are going to be your main combat thing that's going to have access to that, because you're not going to be able to stick anything in. I don't think you can stick a cryptic inside a not Immortals, what are they called? Lich Guard unit. Maybe you can. Let's have a quick look. Necron, no. Oh, but you can join Wraiths, weirdly. Okay, yeah. So, no, they
Mostly
can't.
Immortals and Warriors.
So, yeah, mostly Immortals and Warriors, but that's fine.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, get them rerolling 1s. They're going to be hitting on 4s because it's just that first attachment that gets the +1 to hit. But if you're in your army's power matrix, going to be rerolling all hit rolls. That is good.
Potentially already better than the first attachment roll.
Yes, yeah. You need to be controlling over 50% of no man's land to, yeah.
Well, then it's better. If you get your character spread out enough, you're going to get the rerolls ones to hit anyway.
I think
+1,
+1 to hit is better than reroll
yeah,
ones.
Yeah.
+1 to
No,
hit.
okay. Yeah, okay. It's
good,
interesting.
though. It is good. Okay, so all the enhancements are just for your cryptex, which is fine. Your court.
Yep.
Dimensional Sanctum. Cryptic model only. Models in the bearer's unit have Infiltrator's ability. That's very good because that gets you potentially control no man's land very, very quickly.
Which is what you're going to want to do anyway.
With a big unit, 20 warriors, and you want to be up there anyway with your warriors because they got shorter range. So
yeah,
very good off the bat. I'm guessing that's a maybe 40.1. Dimensional Sanctum. Which detachment cannot take 20 points. Yeah, I think that's good for 20 points. I'd take that.
Yep.
Hyperphasic Fulcrum.
Sure.
Cryptic model only while the bearer is leading a unit. If that unit is wholly within your army's power matrix, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, reroll wind rolls of 1 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid.
You can just backfill that with a unit of Immortals.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always going to be in your deployment zone.
Yeah, 24 inch range, you won't be able to hit everything, but you'll be able to hit something every turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Good.
And even on your cryptic model, my handlers. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Cryptic and hero models. Decent. Auto Divinator. Divinator?
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 Yeah.
Divinator? Divinator.
Yeah, I like that, yeah. Okay, Auto Divinator, sure. Okay.
Auto Divinator. Cryptic model only. Each time a model gains opponent gains a CP as a result of an ability, so not just the start of the battle round. Roll d6 on a 2+, you also gain a CP.
Yeah.
We'll see what the stratagems look like. Only one of them is 2 CP, and I'd say maybe only 30% of armies have a C-gen gain.
Cheap, then you stick that on someone, but I don't think you ever take it otherwise. Like, if you got, how many points is it? Auto Divinator?
It's 15.
Yeah, you got 15 points left over.
Sure.
Fine. But
yeah, it's, I'd say, only 30% of the time is that even going to be applicable in game. It is very reliable when it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No, I think that's just a bonus if you can get it.
the Metal Odormal Tesla Wave. Tesla Weave.
Weave, there we got the weave back.
Metal Odormal Tesla Weave. Cryptic model only. Once per phase, when an enemy unit selects the bearer's unit as a target of a charge, roll d6 on a 2 to 5, the enemy suffers d3 mortal wounds. On a 6, it suffers 3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
It's okay, it's only 10 points that one. I think I'd go for that over the Auto Divinator, personally. But we shall see what the stratagems are like. Maybe you really want those CP. Curse of the Cryptic is the first stratagem. In your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase, just after an enemy unit has shot or fought, one cryptic model from your army that was destroyed by one or more of the attacking units' attacks. You can use a stratagem on the model even though it was destroyed. Till the end of the battle, each time a friendly canoptic model makes an attack that targets the attacking unit, add 1 to the hit roll and add 1 to the wound roll. That's quite fun. That can be very good because your wraiths, I think, are only weapon skill 4+, so getting them hitting on 3s and potentially re-rolling everything depending on what you control, and then +1 to wound as well. Very nice. Yeah. Finish off, bit of revenge there, whatever killed your cryptic.
It also sounds like an Indiana Jones movie. Indiana Jones and the Curse of the Cryptic.
Yeah, yep. No, it does fit. Cynosure of Eradication? Cynosure? Cynosure? Cynosure?
The
Cynosure?
The names are a bit funky in this one.
Yeah, okay. At the start of your shooting phase or the start of the fight, this one's 2 CP, or the start of the fight phase, one cryptic or canoptic unit from your army that is wholly within your power matrix. Until the end of the phase, weapons equipped by models on it, you have devastating wounds.
Oh, yikes.
2 CP. But yeah, you stick that on your warriors because they're definitely going to be, as Rowan said, you backfield them, so they're always in your power matrix.
Yeah.
They're hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
Re-rolling misses.
Why are they hitting on 2s?
Because they're ballistic skill
3.
Sorry.
Yeah, be re-rolling hits.
Well, I think they've got heavy. Have they got heavy?
Surely not.
No, but if you stick if you have a, where is he? Royal Warden, does he still give things? No, he doesn't. He used to give things heavy, but he doesn't anymore. Okay. So your mortals are just going to be hitting on 3s, but they're going to be re-rolling everything.
Yep. And
then, yeah, you're fishing for those devastating wounds with 20 shots.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yep. That is solid. 2 CP, so maybe you do want the auto divinator.
Necrons don't have anything that lets you do battle tactics for free, do they? None of their characters have that?
Yeah, the Overlord does.
Okay, because that's a battle tactic.
Yeah,
So
but you need to have 2 units in there then though, because you need to have the Overlord and you need to have Cryptek in there to be able to do it. But you need to have 2 characters in the same unit, which you can do. Cryptex can join the same unit.
Oh, he doesn't. Okay, so there's no Cryptek unit that has it.
No, it's just the Overlord.
Yeah, less useful then.
Less useful, but could still be very
Having
good.
that going off for free every turn though is still weird.
Yeah, let's have a look at what all the Cryptek's abilities do, because they also have buffing things. Where are we? So he's just bring stuff back and sort of defensively. The Psychomancer is battle shocky stuff, not that useful. Chronomancer, subtract 1 to hit when you're getting shot at and move after you're shot. Plasmancer, while this unit is leading a critical hit.
Yes.
So, yeah, there you go. You stick
That's
Plasmancer in the Immortals, getting devastating wounds on a 5+. There it is.
No. This is to hit.
Oh, it's just to hit.
No, so that's not going to help you. What's
Okay.
the one that this is one that gives you lethal hits? So isn't there?
All your guns would basically have lethal hits.
Yeah. So that's no.
Still useful.
So I actually don't want him in that because then you'd be missing the
Yeah,
devastating wounds.
Yeah. Okay. But maybe that's good that combo doesn't exist.
Yes, that's already good.
Yeah, it's very solid that.
Yep.
Solar Pulse. At the start of your shooting phase, 1 cryptic model from your army. Select 1 objective marker within 18 inches of your cryptic model. Until the end of the phase, weapons equipped by friendly Necron Warriors models have the Necron models have the ignores cover ability while targeting models on that objective marker. Yeah, solid for 1 CP, mate. Yeah, if you're coming up against Marines and all your weaponry is AP 1 and they're in cover, yeah, just to get them on that fort save, it's not bad. Reactive subroutines. Your opponent's movement phase just after an enemy unit ends a normal move, advance move, or fallback move. 1 Canoptic unit from your army that is within 9 inches of that enemy unit. You can make a normal move up to 6 inches.
Yeah, get out of dodge. Bye.
Yep.
You're not charging me this turn.
No, that's very useful.
Yep.
For 1 CP, yeah, very nice. Normal move up to 6 inches. So if you've still only got a 5-inch move, that still means you can only move 5, right?
Yeah, normal up to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you don't. Yes.
Yes. It's Canoptic specifically, actually, so that won't work on a Cryptic and a unit of Immortals. So that's only really your spiders. Yeah, not spiders, your wraiths. And some other stuff. But mainly your wraiths is what you're going to be using that on, because they're going to be out in the middle of no man's land.
Yeah. Still good.
Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit selects its targets. 1 Canoptic unit from your army that was selected as a target of 1 or more of those attacks. Till the end of the phase, your unit can only be selected to target of ranged attacks within 12 inches. Yeah, again, good for keeping your wraiths alive, which, yeah, when they're re-rolling their hits, quite good. Let's have a look at the wraith profile while we're here. There we go. Canoptic Wraiths. So they got 2 different melee weapons. So you either got 4 attacks or 8 attacks at either strength 6, AP -1, damage 2, or 8 attacks at strength 5, no AP, 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
4 up info.
4 up invuln, yeah. Yeah, they've always had that nasty invuln. And you can get them with gun as well. So yeah, if you've got 6 of them, then they do mortal wounds when they move over a model.
But that would stack with that, as it counts as a normal move.
6 inches is tricky to get over. You probably won't get all of them going over a unit.
Well, the unit's coming towards you though.
Maybe, yeah, if the unit comes right at you. You do 3 mortal wounds. This is something. If you've got all of them over, you'd average at 3 mortal wounds.
It's interesting.
It's interesting, yep. Yeah, but I think them re-rolling their hits, because then when the weapons go forward, they just become marine killers.
Yeah.
That's quite good. Then the last one, suboptimal facade. That sounds bad.
Yeah.
It's suboptimal. When your opponent's in your charge phase just after an enemy unit is to go out of charge on one canoptic unit. So can't do this on warriors with cryptic in it. Your reanimation protocols kick in. So this one happens in the charge phase.
That's 3 really good defensive stratagems.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So
how many canoptic units are there?
quite a lot. So you got your scarabs. You've got the canoptic reanimator, the canoptic doomstalker.
Doomstalker, yeah. And the wraiths.
What are these guys? Destroyer cult. Oh, we forgot about them in Destroyer cult.
Yeah, they're quite good.
Yeah.
Spiders, reanimator.
Yeah, it's mostly
wraiths.
that page. That's the canoptic page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doomstalker.
Yeah. So it's not loads, but five canoptic units. It's not bad. But yeah, the second half there was really heavy on the canoptic.
Yeah, it's all canoptic.
Nothing interacting with the cryptic.
Yeah. And there's no characters with the canoptic keyword.
Yes, there is. There's the Technomancer. He's the only one. Or he's not got the keyword, but he can join canoptic race.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No, I was just wondering if anything can gift the canoptic keyword.
No, sorry. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So they're good stratagems, but you're a bit limited in what you can put them on.
Yeah, how many points is a wraith? How many of them? Is it feasible to have 2 units of 6 wraiths? Canoptic race, 220 points for 6. So yeah, you could easily have 2 units of 6 as your main distractions and threat. Yep. Yeah, it's solid. It's an interesting one. I think it's quite a fun mechanic.
It's cool. It's going to be tricky getting the list balance, I think, because you're going to want lots of cryptic dudes, but their thing is going to be mostly coming from their enhancements.
Yeah.
Whereas the stratagems are mostly going to be on your canoptic units.
Yeah. Well, I think you take a combination of 3 units of warriors and immortals, each with a cryptic in it, and then everything else you just go as much on
the
wraiths and the doomstalkers as your hitting power. Because doomstalkers, when they stay still hitting on 3s, and they're going to be, as I say, they're going to be in your matrix, so they're going to be rerolling all their hit rolls. For a flat damage 3.
Yep.
Strength 14, AP 3. So solid. Very solid.
Give them devastating wounds too if you want fun.
Yeah. They might already have devastating wounds. Yeah.
They might, yeah.
Might not, but
Doomstalker, no.
No, he doesn't. Blast and heavy. Yeah. But yeah.
Blast with devastating wounds. You could just wipe out a unit of Terminators in one go.
Yeah, D6 plus 1 shit, yeah. Plus an extra one for turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're going to be taking 2 of them at least in this detachment. Yep. Very solid.
Yeah, that's cool. These have all been good so far.
Yeah, no fun.
They're fun.
Obeisance phalanx?
Obeisance?
I think it's obeisance phalanx. Something.
We're having good fun with words today.
So this is the one that is based around your overlords. This is the royalty one. In your command phase, select 1 enemy unit until the start of your next command phase. Each time an overlord, lich guard, or triarch unit from your army makes an attack that targets that unit, add 1 to the wound roll. So this is similar to the
Awesome Moment
and the first company one. You're taking your elite of your elite, and every turn you're just going, that thing I want dead. So pretty solid. Plus 1 to wound roll is nice.
Yep.
It's not just plus 1 to strength, plus 1 to wound roll. So there's meaty. Enhancements. Honorable Combatant. Overlord model only. Each time the bearer's unit destroys an enemy character, your opponent loses 1 CP.
That does not sound honorable at all to me.
That's fun, because usually it's the other way around.
Yeah.
You gain a CP. So taken away from your opponent, that's going to annoy them more actually than you getting a CP.
Yeah.
Even though it's similar, I feel like psychologically that's more effective on your opponent. So it's quite fun.
Destroys, so you don't even have to do it in combat.
No. Yeah. So if I'm running Bjorn, for example, and whoever I'm playing against just blows them off the board, you can just take a CP.
It's got to be the Overlord himself, though.
No,
This bearer's unit, Overlord.
I think you get the character keyword to
No, but it's the unit. The bear is a unit that destroys an enemy character.
Yes, he doesn't have to do it.
No.
His unit has to do it.
But who can he join?
Overlord. Well, that's going to be able to shoot.
Yeah.
But mainly just immortals is
Yeah.
probably the best bet. But you could soften it up and then finish off with something.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're
It's-
right. It's probably better in combat.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually no.
Can you?
Overlord.
Yeah.
Does the Locust one have the Overlord keyword? Because he'd be able to join destroyers. Locust Lord.
No.
No. It's the Locust Lord. Okay. So
Yeah, it's less useful.
It's good in combat though. But it's a fun one. It's maybe not one to build a list around, but that's quite fun. Unflinching Will, Overlord model only. The bear's melee weapons have precision and anti-infantry 5+ abilities.
Who is this for? I don't get this.
Overlord just makes him a character killer. The anti-infantry 5+ is weird because I think his weapon's strength 8 anyway. So why you need the anti-infantry? Oh, but he's got devastating wounds. That's
And
right.
precision.
Devastating wounds and 7% wounds going on a 5+ and precision makes him a bit of a combat. I think that's fun. I like combat characters. So being able to go toe to toe with a Space Marine captain, because at the moment Necron characters can't really. So that's gives them a bit of extra punch. Warrior Noble, Overlord model only. Each time a melee attack targets the bear's unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Yeah, more survivability for Necrons, always very useful. Eternal Conqueror, Overlord model only. Each time a model in the bear's unit makes an attack that targets an enemy unit within range of an objective marker, you can reroll the hit roll.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite, I think. I just don't trust Necron characters in combat. Maybe that's just me.
Only 4 attacks.
Yeah. Dunno, those 2 middle ones seem a bit like they're cool.
Yeah, well, and the top one as well is cool, but not great.
Yeah.
That's probably the weakest set of enhancements, but there's some fun ones in there.
Yeah, Eternal Conqueror seems really good.
So Eternal Conqueror is the most expensive at 25 points.
There we go, we should play a game for this.
Then Warrior Noble is the... that one's quite useful. The subtract 1 to hit rolls
in combat,
is 15, and Unflinching Will is 20 as well for the make you combat.
It's only hit, yeah.
And he's... Yeah, it's expensive. 4 attacks though is unreliable. You could easily roll 1s to hit. And then Honourable Combatant. Oh, but yeah. Honourable Combatant. Yeah. That is 10 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're okay. Probably, as I say, probably the weakest set.
I think that one's good.
Yes. Yeah.
But, yeah. Fine.
Stratum 1 for the hit roll, potentially useful, depending on how you play them.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, they're very niche because you're unlikely to be taking more than 1 Overlord, or maybe you do in this list.
I think you have to in this list.
Yeah. Your time is nigh. 1 CP. Any phase just after your opponent's Warlord is destroyed, so niche. 1 your Necron's Overlord. Until the end of the battle, each time an enemy unit takes a battle shot test or leadership test, subtract 1 from the result.
This whole detachment feels like it should be in Crusade to me, so far. It's all very fun, fluffy stuff. I'm having a hard time
that
seeing
could
it.
be really good on stop because you don't need to be within range. It just happens. So that -1 to leaderships can really just affect late in game what your opponent can actually control. Yeah. You have to force them to take the leadership test. It's not like it's not
kill
like
the Warlord too.
It's not like the Ned's one. Yeah. Enslaved Artifice. Your shooting phase or fight phase. 1 Necron's unit from your army that you excluding Titanic units that has not been selected to shoot this phase or fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, an unmodified...
Oh, that's the one. I want the other one.
an unmodified hit roll 5+ scores a critical hit.
That's good. On the which is the one that gives you lethal hits?
They've pretty much all got lethal hits. All your Necron warriors and immortals pretty much all lethal hits.
Yep, that's good.
Yep. For 1 CP. Nano Assembly Protocols. Your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase just after an enemy unit is selected as the targets. 1 Necron's vehicle unit from your army that was selected as the target 1 or more of those attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack is allocated, To a model in your unit, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that attack. So you could put this on the Silent King, I guess potentially, or
Is he still a vehicle? Yeah.
or the what's he called? The Croissant Commander guy. He's also a vehicle, I think. The Command Bird.
Yeah, it's also just useful in your Doomstalkers.
Yep. But I'm just trying to think of what's in the noble theme.
Who's a vehicle?
Where is he? Yeah, him. The vehicle.
Oh, with the Command Bird.
Catacomb Command Birds. Yeah. So can make him a bit more stay around power.
Yeah.
Sentinels of Eternity. Fight phase. Just after an enemy unit is selected its targets. 1 Lich Guard or Triac Praetorians unit from your army that will select as the target of 1 or more of those attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit is destroyed, if that model has not fought this phase, fight and death on a 4+. Then remove it from play. For 1 CP, I think... The thing is that Lich Guard don't actually hit that hard if you're giving them sword and board. The Triac Praetorians can do, though. They can be quite good if you give them the Rod of Covenant. Because it's
AP2 damage
3
2.
attacks, hit on 3, strength 5, AP2 damage 2. So them fighting on death is probably worth it. Yeah.
Ooh, hang on. No, that's right. I mean, if you get charged by something, you're going to get wiped out. And you just want half of your models to hit back for something. It's okay. Yeah. It's good.
If you're Necrons, you're unlikely to get wiped out. But yeah. It's not bad. Not bad. Suffer no rival. Fight phase. 1 Lich Guard or Triac unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, melee weapons equipped by models in that unit have precision.
Like that.
Which is, I'd probably not the best thing to put it on, but I just really want to stick that on the Triac Stalker to have his legs have precision. How many attacks has he got? Where are you, Triac Stalker? 4 attacks. Damage 3.
It's damage 3.
AP 1, strength 7. That's waiting on 3s. That's actually okay. Sticking precision on a massive limb. But yeah, you probably wouldn't be sticking that on your Lich Guard or your Triac Praetorians. But yeah, that's definitely more. It's this one.
Sorry.
So it's
Triac unit.
Any Triac unit. So that's definitely better than the unflinching
Yes.
will. Just because you can get it on the whole unit. Yep, that's
cool.
That's useful. Territorial Obsession. Your command phase. 1 Lich Guard or Triac Praetorians unit from your army. Until the end of your next command phase, add 1 to the objective control characteristic of models in that unit. If your unit has a vehicle keyword, add 3 to it instead. How can you have the vehicle keyword if it's tied to Lich Guard and Triac Praetorians? That might be a mistake there. That might not meant to be specifically Triac Praetorians. So that could be your Triac Stalker, for example. Unless... Can the Command Barge join?
Oh, is there going to be a weird... Yeah, it could be.
Nope. Nope, you can't. Don't think. You kind of can't join any units.
No.
So I don't know what that second part is for.
Silent King?
I don't think he can join.
Nice.
No. So let us know. That might just be a misprint there from GW.
Yeah. It's alright.
Sorry, yeah. Unless we have like a Lich Guard vehicle coming on the horizon.
Yeah.
more Necrons. But yeah, at the moment, I don't know what that's for. So that's the phalanx. I'm not going to try saying that first word again.
That's my least favourite of them so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's thematic, I guess. I like
+1 to wound rolls can be very good on... I think, yeah, I don't know how that plays out, but +1 to wound roll on your Lich Guard and your Triac stuff can make them quite meaty in combat.
Yeah.
Because hitting power is where the Lich Guard are less good.
It's true. It's only on one enemy unit. It's not across your whole army.
No, it's focused.
Yeah.
So it's good at going against elite stuff, but it might struggle against sort of horde armies.
Yeah.
Just see. Yeah, it's okay.
It's got no interaction with reanimation either. That's the first attachment. I think we've seen that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, don't bring an extra stuff back. Right, this is the one that GW previewed, and when they did, I went, that looks very strong. This is the Hyper Crypt Legion. The detachment rule is hyperphasing. At the end of your opponent's turn, you can select a number of Necron units from your army, excluding units that are within engagement range of one or more enemy units. The maximum number of units you can select depends on the battlefield battle size, so it is up to 2 for incursion, up to 3 for strike force, and up to 4 for onslaught.
Yep.
Once you have selected those units, remove them from the battlefield and place them into strategic reserves.
That's really good.
Yeah, it makes you very, very slippery. As long as you're smart enough to not get tied down, that can be...
Faxing your opponent's turn, and then you just bring them on your turn again.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, really, really good. So, enhancements, Dimensional Overseer. Necrons model only. While the bearer is on the battlefield or in strategic reserves, add 1 to the number of units from your army that can be selected for the hyperphase rule. Okay, so you can do it with 4.
Excellent.
So I don't know if you need 3's a lot, so I don't know. That one I'd need to do in playtesting is how often you actually want that 4th one, but it's useful if it's there. Arisen Tyrant, Necrons model only. Each time a model in the bearer's unit makes an attack, reroll the hit roll of 1.
Good.
If the bearer's unit is set up on the battlefield this turn, you can reroll the hit roll instead.
Even better.
Yeah, so a unit, 20 Necron warriors, dropping down within range and rerolling all their hit rolls. Yeah.
Or your combat units.
Or your combat units, yeah.
Deep.
I'm just thinking because Necron warriors are going to be hitting on 4s in this,
Yeah,
whereas most of your combat units are still going to be hitting on 3s. But yeah, it's good on either.
It's good.
Very, very powerful. And yeah, you can stick it on
Anything.
any Necron's character, really. Hyperspatial Transfer Node.
Well done.
Thank you. I made it. Necron, I almost said hyperspatial.
Hyperspatula. That's what we need for the kitchen. A hyperspatula.
Yeah. Necron's model only. Each time the bearer's unit advances, do not make an advance roll for that unit. Instead, to add 6 to the move. So I think that's very good on the new Overlord model because he moves through stuff.
Has anything got advance in charge?
Don't think so.
Yeah.
But
Still good.
what does he do? Translocation Shroud. Each time his model unit, but do instead he auto advances 6 anyway.
So he doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it. Okay. And yeah, can move through terrain and stuff.
So less useful on him.
Less useful on him. Okay, so it's just more movement shenanigans. I don't know if you need it with the hyperphasing rule. It might just help you get, if your opponent's getting a bit close to you, you can move 11 inches essentially.
Yeah.
Still hopefully shoot at him. He won't get into charge phase.
One of the Immortals' weapons is Assault.
Yeah, and one of the Warriors units. So it's
all right.
It's all right if you just need to back away from your opponent a little bit more so you can get all the dodge. Osteoclave Fulcrum.
Deep Strike.
Necrons models only
That's great.
have Deep Strike, yeah. So
Yeah, you're just going to keep popping it out and all over the place.
yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's the pick of the litter.
Yep.
Just to interact with that army detachment, I think.
The Risen Tyrant's good as well.
You want to take a bet on how many points that one is, Rowan?
25.
Where are we up to? Hypercrypt. No. Arisen Tyrant is 25, which is the
I thought that was good as well, yeah.
Yeah, reroll all your hit rolls.
Yeah.
That's very good. The Osteo 20. It's not far off. Yeah, so those are
Those two are good.
those two are good.
Yep.
Hyperphasic Recall is the first of the detachments. In your opponent's shoot phase or fight phase, just after an enemy unit has shot or fought, one Necron's infantry unit from your army that
6 inches of a model. Oh, we got monolith keywords.
Destroyed as a result of an attack within a model, monolith model. Remove the infantry unit from the battlefield and select and set it up anywhere on the battlefield that's wholly within 6 inches of a monolith model.
Cool.
And not within engagement range. So 2 CP, but yeah, more movement shenanigans. And the monolith model is
Gets to do something.
very, very cool.
Yep.
And has always been very, very expensive.
Useless
I think was
model.
only good. It was really good in like 4th or 5th edition. I think it was like the boogeyman, and yeah, has not come back to those heights since. So good to see Monolith getting some interactions. Quantum Deflection. This one's 1 CP. In your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase, just after an enemy is selected its targets. One Necron's vehicle unit from your army is selected as the target of one or more of those attacks. Until the end of the phase, models in that unit have a 4 invulnerable save.
That's good too.
So yeah, making your Monolith very hard to deal with, or your Canoptic Doomstalker, or your the Doomsday Arc, which we've not talked about yet. So good heavy on the vehicles this, and you can also pick it's anything, isn't it? Yes, you can pick up your vehicles and bring them down as well. So yeah.
No. This one's a 4-up. The Necron's vehicle's a 4-up invul.
No, but anything you can pick up.
Oh,
it's not just infantry.
Yeah.
So,
sorry.
Yeah,
the army roll.
Yeah. So you can. Yeah. Yep. Very good. Reanimation crypts in your command phase. Your target your Necron's overlord each time your Necron's unit. For each Necron's unit in reserves, that reserves unit's reanimation protocols activate. Okay, so that's the one for this. You can still have stuff reanimate when it's off board. And it's for each.
Oh, that's interesting. You need that. Yeah,
Well,
that's the weakness of this list. I hadn't thought about that. You can't reanimate while you're in strategic reserves because you don't come on till afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to use that almost every turn, I think.
Yeah. So you need to have your Overlord on the board to do it, because the target is your Necron's Overlord. But as long as he's on the board, everything in reserves can do it. I think that's how that
usually
works.
Can't target strategy.
Yeah, so your Overlord, whoever you might be running more than one Overlord in this, so you just need to have one Overlord
But it's
on the
Warlord, not Overlord.
Oh, it is what's Warlord. Okay, so yeah, you need to have your Warlord on the board. So he's going to be something that's not going to be going up all the time. And then, yes, you can do reanimation on everything that is up there. So yeah, that is good for 1 CP, and as Rowan says, it's probably going to be a necessity in this.
Yeah. It's good to get around that though.
Cosmic Precision. Your movement phase, one Necron's unit from your army that is arriving using the Deep Strike or Hyperphase abilities this phase. Your unit can be set up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 3 inches horizontally. But you can't charge this phase.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know what you use that on. I guess it's for stealing objectives.
Or move blocking.
Or move blocking.
It's good. I mean, you're not gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna come up all the time, but that could be very good.
Yeah. On a unit.
Because you can just drop something down on an objective, blast it off of it, and that's mine now. Yeah.
Or you don't even need to blast it off if you're bringing 20 Necron warriors down.
Right, but you take them with the Warlord that can deep strike.
Yeah.
You deep strike Necron warriors. Yeah. Because otherwise they have to come in from the table's edge.
No. So. If you've got...
But there won't be an objective marker near it unless you're deep striking.
No, but this is using a deep strike or hyperphase ability. You can set up anywhere on the battlefield, so you don't need the deep strike Warlord trait with this. You can still set up anywhere on the battlefield more than 3 inches away.
That's not how... You'd read that like that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I think... So the way correct me if I'm wrong. Way I would read this is you still need to deploy using the usual deployment restrictions, but it doesn't have to be 9 inches, it'd be 3 inches.
Didn't say that, but yeah, let us know what you think. I would read that as you just get to come down anywhere though. It's a hyperphasing, but maybe I'm wrong.
That would give deep strike to
just one unit, but
yeah, let us know what you think about that. I'm reading that as it removes the 9-inch restriction and makes it 3 inches, but you still have to obey all the other rules. But you're right, it doesn't actually read that way.
But GWs also does not always.
I mean, I have to go check an FAQ on this one.
Yeah. Is not, can't turn. Yeah, have to see what the intent of that is. Okay, it's another 2 CP stratagem coming up, so this is the only detachment that's got two ones. Dimensional Corridor. Your charge phase. One Necron's unit from your army that is set up on the battlefield this turn using the Eternal Gate ability of the Monolith, so 2 Monolith interactions with this, potentially 3 for the vehicle one. That you can charge out the Monolith. So what is the Monolith's dimensional thingy-what's it ability? Eternal Gate. In the reinforcement step of your movement phase, you can select one Necron's infantry unit from your army that is either in reserves or on the battlefield. That unit is set up anywhere on the battlefield that's wholly within 6 inches of the model and is not and not within engagement range. That
Not
unit
quick
could.
charge.
Yeah, so you're basically 6 inches away from the monolith and you can still charge.
So you can do that with like Lich Guard.
It's
it's
anything
got
that's on the battle
infantry.
can be on the battlefield or in reserve, so it gives you lots of flexibility with that one.
It's only
2 CP.
infantry though,
Yes.
but it lets you charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. You can just park in a monolith in the middle of the table and just spew charging units out of
Which
it.
has many, many wounds, 22 wounds.
And you can give it a 4-up invul.
And you give it a 4-up invul. Yeah. And it's decent shooting itself as well. Yep.
Like that. 2 CP, that's very good.
Entropic damping. What's he dampening? Entropic damping.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think yeah.
Your opponent's shooting phase. A lot of this is in your opponent's turn, actually. Your charge phase, your movement, your command. Yeah, your opponent's shooting phase, your fight phase. Yeah. Just after many selected its targets, one Titanic model from your army. I'm guessing
That's the monolith.
or the Silent King, potentially.
He's taking...
He is big. But, yeah, let's just check your Titanic.
Yep.
And the Silent King. No, not Titanic. Okay. So it's either the monolith or something Forge World. Oh, actually, no, because it's going to be... We've got all the Tesseract vaults and things as well.
Titanic.
Yeah, okay. Right, so something like that.
Yep.
One Titanic unit from your army that will select as the target of one or more of those attacks and is within 18 inches of the attacking unit. Until the end of the phase, weapons equipped by the attacking unit have hazardous ability.
That's hilarious.
That's very fun.
I like that a lot. That's fun.
That is very fun. It's slightly annoying that I think this is the most fun and the best attachment.
Yeah.
I think it's
I don't think its stratagems are great. I think they're situationally fantastic, but they're not really general purpose.
No.
There's not like a just reduce damage or make your weapons better.
No.
But this is a really tricksy detachment.
Yeah.
I could see you playing this if you know what you're doing with movement and you got the right selection of units, this could be very, very strong.
Yeah.
But I love that it encourages to take like monoliths and stuff too.
How many points is a monolith? You've probably only taken one, I would think. But that's probably enough. Where are we, monolith?
400.
400 points, yeah. You're only bring one of those, but that's quite cool. And yeah, maybe Catan interactions, Catan's deep striking down.
It's cool.
It's cool. Let us know what you think of the Cosmic Precision.
Because you're right. The way it's worded, it does seem like you can just put them anywhere. But usually when I've seen rules like that, it's intended to just take away the 9-inch move and make it 3 inches. Because
well, it's the only time I've ever seen it interact with something that isn't deep strike either.
Exactly.
It's almost always deep strike. So yeah, let us know what you think about that one. Then we got some lovely. Oh, that's quite a cool idea for a Catan of some description. So I got some
converted army.
Yep, some army focuses in there, and then we got the data sheets, which we're not going to cover today. But let us know if you would like us to do a separate video on that. And then at the end here, I believe we've got Crusade rules. Yes, so we'll
fun things.
Battlefield traits. So that's the Necrons Codex.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's 5 detachments. But
and they got some new cover art.
Yeah.
The Lucky Ducks.
Was that the first Codex so far to get new cover art? Okay. Well done, Necrons. I don't know what you did to deserve that, but you've got it. If you've enjoyed this, we also have a Codex review on Space Marines and Tyranids, and over on our website, coming out at the same time as this today, we have a Codex review, which Rowan is going to be taking the lead on AdMech, yes. So if you enjoyed this, go check that out as well, and we will see you again soon on the Brothers Grim Dark.